Good morning, everyone. It's Tammy, and today we're going to make, I think, a really cute Thanksgiving card, and it just says Happy Thanksgiving, and it's just blank on the inside, but it looks like a piece of pie, and then there's a piece cut out. I think it's really cute. I found this idea on Pinterest. I saw somebody else do the pie, and I thought it was kind of cute. I added some, Nuvo, what is this called? Crystal drops to it to give it some whipped topping. I thought that was kind of cute too. So let's make it. And you know what? I'm gonna change up. I have the same size plate as I do crust, and I have a new punch that I think is a little bit smaller than this one, so I'm gonna try that, I think. So let's see, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut a crust out, or punch a crust out. So this one is a 2 1/4 inch circle punch, or scalloped circle punch. So that will be my pie crust, I think, as long as this works out the way I think. And then I need a 2 1/2 inch pie plate. Did I put brown over here? Oh, maybe I didn't, but I know I have some. Oh, it's right here. I'm not as prepared as I thought I was. But it just moved. It fell to a different spot. So let's see how this will look. So this one's 2 1/4, this one's 2. And they obviously have different scalloped patterns, so we'll see how it all pans out. Then I need that's not the size. What size? If I used 2 1/4, I must have used my 2 inch punch. Yes, I didn't put that. I didn't keep that out. So then I have a 2 inch round punch. So far we have a 2 inch, a 2 1/4 inch, and a 2 1/2 inch punch. So there's our pie. And I'm also going to go ahead and cut out the little label for Happy Thanksgiving while I have this out. I don't think I need anything else with this orange. I need the pie plate with the brown, and I put that in here, so let me get the pie plate. And for this one I'm going to use I don't even know what size this is, but it is a smaller scallop punch, and this is going to be the plate for the pie to sit on. Let's see, I bet it's like a 1 1/2 inch, or maybe a 1 3/4 inch. So they're all different sizes, but it's just punches. So I have a 2 1/2, a 2 1/4, a 2, and then I'm going to say this is a 1 3/4, because it looks like it fits the same way the other one does. Now I'm going to put all of these punches away, because I have them all out. Where's the... Oh, I already put the flat one away. Well, good for me. Do. And then I have one more punch that I'll need. Okay. So I also have a base, which is an A2 size card. So this was an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that I cut at 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, folded in half, and it makes an A2 sized card. And then I have a base, which I just had in my scrap. It is 4 by 5 1/4, so it gives me a little border around the card. And I can go ahead and put this down. And I'm just going to use my glue, and this is by a company called Art Glitter, and it is called Art Glitter Glue, but it doesn't have any glitter or anything, just the company. It's called Art Glitter, and it is my favorite all-time glue. It dries clear, it dries quickly, but it allows you to, like glue, you know, it allows you to, if I needed to move something a little bit before it's totally dry, I could, but it does dry quickly and nicely. And I also have this glitter, and I didn't want to waste it, and I didn't want to save these little pieces because I know me and I would end up just throwing them away. So what I thought I would do is put them together, because I wanted it to be, at first I thought I wanted it down here, but I didn't like the way that looked, so then I decided that I wanted it on the side. But in order to do this, I connected them together, and I'll show you what I did. And then I thought, well, I'll just put some twine on there, and nobody will even know that they that it wasn't one longer piece of glitter. So let me show you how I did this. So I wanted it to be a scalloped edge because everything on here is kind of scallopy and kind of cute. So I'm just going to start just running my glitter paper through the scalloped punch, and I'm going to do that to both of them. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how long I want this to be. Well, I know I want it to be 5 1/4 inches, but it's a little easier to do it this way, I think, than it is to try to measure it. So all I'm going to do is put this down, and then I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to put it on the edge of this one. And you know what, this way the glitter's going to be at the bottom, the ribbon's going to be at the bottom. You know what though, I think that's okay. And then I'm going to put it also on the edge of this one, and then I'm going to go in a little bit on both sides, and then I'm going to take it, hold this where I want it, put this one where I want it at the top, and then connect them together and make sure that the scallops match up. And that's what I'm talking about, how I can move the glue around a little bit to get it where I want it. And then I'm just going to hold this until it dries. So what I was saying is now my line is down here because I put the top one on, I put, gosh, how do I explain this? I think you guys saw what I did, but this one is on top. So that means that I'm seeing this bottom. Whichever one's on top, you're going to see where it ends, obviously. If you put, you know, this hand on top, I'm going to see where this hand ends. I'm not necessarily, you know, I can't tell where my finger's in underneath this. So I have a little line right here. Gosh, I feel like I'm like not explaining things very well right now. Sorry about that. But I think you get it. I don't know that I need to explain that too well. And then I'm going to take some of my twine, and I want to leave myself enough room to tie a knot. And then I'm just going to wrap this around a few times. And I'm completely hiding that line where the two pieces met. I'm just going to tie it in a knot. Just because I think it looks kind of cute that way. I need to sharpen my scissors. Okay. And I just had this in my stash, just so you know, but it's from Tuesday morning, and it's just twine on a spool, it says. I'm going to do things a little bit differently on this card than I did on my first card, just because I think that I figured out a little better couple things. So, you know, a pie is never just plain, at least my pies are never, because I get some parts of it a little darker than other parts when it's baked. And so I'm going to take some ink, and this one's Autumn Terracotta, and I'm just going to kind of smush it around on here. I'm just using one of my blender brushes. And then I'm going to take, oops, I don't know what I did here. This is an old ink set from a company called Close to My Heart. I don't even know if they're still in business. Gosh, I have never messed one of these up before. I've messed the Stampin' Up! Ones up before, but I've never messed one of these up, so, ugh. Let's see here. Can I just... Well, you know I'm going to be playing with this for a while. I will take it off camera. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Never have I ever messed up one of those. We could do the Never Have I Ever craft game. So then this one is Cajun something, Cajun Craze. And, you know, just use what you have. You could even use brown, but I just think that looks better, like a real pie. And you can do it all before you cut the pie slice out. And I think that that would be smarter than, because I didn't do that the first time, but I'm doing it this time. And I'm also going to raise up some of these things instead of putting them all flat. I'm going to put some dimensionals behind this because I don't like the way that it has this big rope sticking down, and then when you put these down it kind of humps. I don't like that. And I'm also going to raise the pie off of the plate. And I'm going to raise the pie slice off of the plate. But I'm not going to do any of that yet, just because I'm just trying to check it out again. Alright, I think that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and put the pie on the pie crust. And this one I am just going to do it straight on. And then what I did to make sure that I got my pie crust straight, or my pie slice straight, is I just took, well, I took my, this is what I did, now I'm remembering. I took my punch and I lined it up so that it dips down on one of these lines, so I see that that's a straight line in half of the pie. So I'm going to half the pie, and I just used a pin, because this is the back side, and put a line. And then I did the same thing on this side. Now this one's going to have to half on the hump, so that's okay. So now the pie is divided into 4 slices, but I want a smaller slice. I want an 1/8 slice, so I'm going to also cut it here. So I'm just going to line it up centered this way. And I'm just using this piece of paper just as a straight marker. So then now I have a piece of pie here. See how that works out? So what I can do is cut that out. And I'm using the back side so it really makes it easy. I'm just going to cut straight on that line and then straight on this line. And then now I have one piece of pie cut out. And I'm going to put my piece of pie on the pie plate. So I'm going to use my dimensionals for this one this time. And then I will put it on the pie plate like that. So now it's raised up from the pie plate, and that looks really cute. And here's my pie, or my plate. And I'm going to then put this one, and I don't know if a whole dimensional will fit on there, or if I need to use a smaller one, or if I can cut this one down. I'm just going to cut this one down. So I'm going to take my scissors that are non-stick, cut this thing in half. And just put that down on my pie. I'll save the other half. And then I'm just going to put this on my plate. And I took a silver pen and I drew a fork on here. Kind of looks like a pitchfork instead of a regular fork, but oh, that might have helped it. Alright, so then there's my fork next to my pie slice. And I also took this and I just wrote Happy Thanksgiving on it. And I'm using a brown glitter pen. So I just wrote that on there. So then I'm also going to put dimensionals on each side of this twine. And I'll use that half one here. So I'm going to put this on my card and I'm just bringing it in just a little bit from the edge. Just bringing that right on top. And then this is just going to go flat on here. And this is also going to go flat. I should put the fork on this side. Here's my slice. I don't know who was eating that one, but this one's mine. And then I think I'm going to do this one flat too. And like I said, it just says Happy Thanksgiving, and I just hand wrote it. I probably have a stamp that says something cute, but I don't mind my handwriting, and sometimes It's just easier than trying to find something, or, you know. Alright, so now that I have that down, oh, I still need my glue because I want to put 2 little gems on the side, and I already picked those out. I got them from Hobby Lobby, and I just had them in my stash, and I'll show you. Getting my gem picker upper. There we go. So these are, they were just in a bag of gems, and I have used several of them. I gave about half of them away. It's crazy. There's just a ton of them in here. I think they're $5. And this is the fall collection. So there's different shades of like brownish, amberish, green, you know, just kind of cute. There's, and I don't know if you can tell, but these are even different colors. This one's a richer amber. This is a little more yellow. So now it's time for the crystal effects, and we're almost done with this card. I am going to take them, and first I did whip topping with my white pen, and it was cute, but I think this is a little better. And now that I see how this kind of works a little bit more, I'm just going to, because first I tried to swirl it and make it look swirly and fun, but it just dried all together. So now I'm just going to take this, and I'm making it a rather large ring of whipped cream because I'm keeping it real. Actually, that's not entirely true, because for me, I go shh with the whipped cream. And then I am going to put another little dollop right here. Well, that's not a small dollop, that's a pretty big dollop. So there's 2 things that I did different, or a few things that I did different on this card than I did on the one that I did previously. On the one that I did previously, I didn't put nearly this much crystal effects. So this is going to take a little bit of time to dry, but I think it's going to look better and more realistic. So I will show you a picture at the end of how that looks. I mean, I think this is cute, but I think this one's going to be cuter. So there we go. There is a pie sliced Thanksgiving card. I think that's a really great idea. I don't know who first came up with it, but it is cute. Good idea. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that this inspires you. It's really easy to do. There's no stamping. I mean, I hand wrote things. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 punches. No, 5 punches if I include this scallop. Oh, 6 if I include that. So I guess I did use a lot of punches, but you know, you could use what you have. I just happen to have a lot. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day.